going on, everyone? My name is Northy, and today I've got myself the local footy review. Now, I do want to quickly preface this. This could potentially be the last one that I do on the channel. I've just noticed casually and just gradually over time, the views on these types of videos are slowly going down, and it makes sense when you see them so often. It gets a little difficult to, keep watching them, especially because I'm not the greatest player in the world by any means, and I understand that people also have different interests with this channel. So let me know in the comments below, do you want to keep seeing these? Show your support on this video if you want to see these videos more often. 20 likes? Can we over 20? That'd be nice if we can get there. If not, that's all good. But we're going to go through the most recent weekend that I just had. I'm very interested to see what it's like because I think although the result didn't go our way, I'm really happy with how the team played. I think I personally had a pretty decent game, but we didn't come away with this one. Here we are. You can see this one. Unfortunately, lost this one by 80, but I will give a quick explanation. We had one less player on the field and no rotations. Obviously, if we've got 17 out there, it's going to be hard to get any substitutions going, but 14 points to 94 is not the greatest, but I think if you were to ask the team, they thought the game was okay, at least comparing it to last week, because we fought a lot harder. And it showed a lot more on the scoreboard. Obviously, we didn't score at all last week, but we managed to fight really hard to try and get ourselves a little bit of competitive spirit going. So we're not too sad with how this one. Obviously, you never like losing by 80 points. And the difference with this week is the fact that we've got long form clips here instead of these short little clips here and there, but I'm happy with it. It does mean I have to scrub through the footage a bit more, but you'll see I started the game in the forward line. It's kind of hard to tell a bit more in this one where exactly I am, but again, the sleeves is kind of the best way to tell. I'm just behind the player here. So you can see they work their way into their forward line, kick for goal, and they end up missing this one to the right. So yeah, it's a bit of a rough start. For some reason the last 2 weeks, even though we have been under the pump, the last couple of games, we've just had really poor starts. That's what we want to get better at, I think, as a group, is just starting the game a bit better. I don't know whether it's an intensity problem, whether our skills just aren't there to start the game. I'm honestly not sure, but we just have to match their level earlier on. We can't, afford to really have a poor start ever, let alone when we already have so little going our way in terms of players, in terms of fitness, or whether it's getting those rotations in. We have a lot of trouble there. Again, we'll try my best to find the best clips I can, but again, since they're long form clips, it's really hard for me to pinpoint anything too specific unless I can point it out. But we're up in the middle again. They've kicked a few goals on us at this point, and we're trying to get a midfield clearance, but unfortunately just can't seem to get our hands on that ball, trying to move it out. Getting through a few, and there we go. We're heading towards our forward line. Ball's moving through. You can see me, I kind of went towards the middle to start cutting towards, and it looks like they are about to get the ball out of our forward 50. And it was just the story of the first quarter even. Oh, I take a pretty big bump there as I get back up. Yeah, definitely a problem for me is just being naturally super skinny. Not that strong that any kind of hard shepherd or off the ball hit, I am folding. I am hitting the ground, man. I tried my best to keep the distance a little, try and create myself as an option a bit more. So I'd hold myself back a lot in this game from entering the pack, at least in the first quarter where I was there as a forward player. I tried just to give myself that space so that if there was just a rush kick out, at least I'd give myself an opportunity at marking the ball and moving it forward, gaining a bit more territory, whatever the case may be. You'll see that a lot of the time it was just, a lot of defensive 50 play. Here we go. We have an inside 50 here. Our forward tries to meet the ball, but it bounces towards one of our smaller forwards. I actually cut towards this one, but the kick wasn't to my advantage. Unfortunately, got a bit short and my opponent was able to mark it off me, so I'm standing there on the mark. Yeah, it's just a matter of small things here and there, unfortunately. I really got to get better at just committing to the ball, I think. I still find myself backing off a lot more than I'd like to, and it'll come over time, I think, once I get back into the swing of proper, weekly footy. It has been a few games now. I don't know if that excuse can really hold up much longer, but I definitely need to just start barreling into contests a lot more. We've got a 10-minute clip here, meaning there was no goal scored for 10 minutes here, which honestly, considering we have one less player, I'm not too mad. So I'll try and find something. I'm not sure whether I will be able to, but they're playing some little pressure play here. I have a play at some point where I managed to take a good mark. I'm not sure where exactly it is, but who knows, honestly. There's a lot going on here. Another midfield play here that looks like it's going to work out our way, and then unfortunately just the bad hand pass can ruin it for us. Even in resis it seems to be like just one poor skill can get you done. It's annoying, but you know, it's the case. It's what teams should be doing, capitalizing on mistakes. You see, they make their way into our defensive 50. They can't quite get the mark, so we're going back out. And unfortunately, we do give away a bit of a free kick here. I think it was for holding the ball, which sucks because, you know, we don't really have many options when we're in our defensive 50. But he ends up missing that one. You can tell by the reaction. He misses it out in the full even. So here we go. A little bit of a play here. Get the hands inside. We make a little switch, which is good. Manage to... Oh, no, just gets past our player, which is okay because we've got another one roving right there for it. Kicks it down our end. Get a bit of transition play going, which is good. Getting a bit of a contest from our full forward. Hands it off to another forward. Kicks for goal, and unfortunately just misses to the left. Now, I do want to quickly point out our game plan at this point. We managed to switch around the forward and back rotations, or not rotations, but positioning. We switched those around. We realized that our backline was just getting thumped most of the time, and so we decided to kind of put a bit more tall bodies and a bit more just numbers in general in that backline. So from there, what we managed to do as... Oh, that's right. I managed to take this cheeky mark, right? Kick afterwards was horrible, but I'm putting that on replay, man. How did this happen? So he gets, I think, a mark. Comes towards the other end. And so it's an intercept mark. Look at me go. Managed to get a cheeky, like, one-handed, almost scooped it up. I remember in the moment, it didn't feel as clean as it actually looked. It really did not... I don't know even if it looked clean for a normal person, but I need to hear the reactions for this one. So is it in the back? Cool. Yeah, I love this mark. This is great. This is my best mark so far. It's just a kick on the inside. And I managed to pick it off with the left hand and then almost tip it back up to myself, which is... It's almost funny looking back at it, man. I feel like I almost half-assed the attempt at the mark. But it was simply just I didn't want to get absolutely clobbered by the opponent, so I kind of like put an arm out and managed to flick it over the top of him, which was it looks impressive. It actually looks planned, but it wasn't. And then the kick was horrible, but thankfully ended up just being a contest rather than a turnover for the most part. And I think this was towards the end of the quarter here. There was just a lot of like stoppage in our forward half. Again, we were trying really hard at this point. Majority of the players on the field at the moment are playing as a backman, so we pushed up a little higher, tried to find players where we could. You can see me there. I'm kind of sticking around this play. I think it was number 47, just trying to make sure that even if we did manage to turn it over, I knew where my player was. You know, just usual defensive things. Look at me, the defensive king. And this stoppage managed to get one of my rare tackles. I don't tackle very often, but managed to get it in here. I can't tackle at all, man. I look awkward. I feel like I look awkward doing everything, but in the game, obviously not worried about it. It's quite funny looking back at it, though. But yeah, it's been a solid minute and a half now, just with this one stoppage, and I think it kind of ends in... I don't know if it ends in a score for us. Yeah, here we go. Unfortunately, finishes as a point there as well. We had gotten a lot of scoring opportunities in this quarter, and we just can't finish it. We can't get the goal. It's another point. Frustrating, but it's positive signs. And then we move to the third quarter. Now, the positive with the third quarter is that as a team, we managed to keep it in our forward half a fair bit. We had them pretty, concerned at halftime because that second quarter, going the way that it did with us getting so much pressure on them, with one less player out there as well, was really, really good for us. I think for our confidence as well. We all felt really good about how that second quarter went. And so we started the third quarter. We nearly got a goal to start off the third quarter. Again, we just couldn't kick straight in front of goals. It was just really frustrating. But overall, we were pretty happy with how things were going, although it wasn't showing on the scoreboard. I think collectively, as a team, we were fairly happy that we were managing to at least remain a bit competitive. I just think we needed to hit the scoreboard a bit more to show it. We managed to get a high call here. This is a little play that I like. We got a high call here. I point out the switch on the opposite side, and we managed to get that going pretty quickly, which is good too. Bit slow here, but again, we didn't have all that many options. We were one down, so it was hard to find the open player, but managed to get a little bit of luck here. Get the quick hand pass off, and we're out going towards our end here. Really, really good. These passages of play here were really nice. Even managed to get a mark here. Really good transition play. And I think he lines up for goal here, but who knows? He was our full forward, and we didn't have too many tall forward options. Maybe I could have gone in. I didn't want to risk it and lose it there, but that one ends up getting picked off right at the point post, unfortunately. Oh, and how's this? I remember this play now. So look, he takes it on the point post, and then he actually kicks through the behinds. So you can see there, the umpire, the goal umpire, calls the behind, but no one's noticed yet, so we keep playing. The field umpires haven't noticed. We get a kick and a mark right inside 50. But as the mark was being taken, the boundary umpire notices the goal umpire, so he blows his whistle, and they call the point. So because the opposite player was just clueless in the moment and went through the point post rather than around and through the boundary line like it should have been, because it wasn't a point, they called it a point and took away the fact that we had a mark. And yeah, absolutely horrible to feel, because that was a wide open mark right in front of goal. Another chance for us to kick a goal there, and they took it back. I'm going to try and find the clip towards the end of the game that managed to be probably the highlight of the day. So to give you an idea, we're so low that we have to pinch from the under-19s to be able to field enough players. But this time around, the under-19 actually managed to give us our biggest score of the day. So I'm not sure where the play starts, but there's about 2 minutes left in the game. We still haven't scored a goal yet. We've actually gotten 8 points by this time. We've got another ball up here. We're all pretty buggered, but still pretty, okay with the fight we brought for the day. But here we go. Passage of play. Kick it out from our halfback. Managed to get it running. The bounce doesn't favour them. Doesn't really favour anyone. But you can see now the ball starts making their way down. They get a hand pass off, but we're still going. Managed to be a high there, so we get that kick down. Goes over the top of 2 players. They collect each other. Our full forward kicks it to our under-19. Goes for goal. Rolls. And we finally kick a goal. Oh, man, it took so long. But, yeah, under-19 fill-in. Shout out to him. What a legend. After a long day, finally managed to kick a goal. Oh, there's small things. You got to celebrate those small things. And, yeah, I come down and just give him a high five because, yeah, bloody hell, finally kicking a goal after 2 weeks is... yeah, it's a good feeling. I wanted to find this play. I wanted to find this one because this made me feel like Nick Dacos. So we got a kick in here. It finds its way out the other end, but I think we end up switching it back at some point. Yes, we do. We switch it back to our full back here. And then we also try and get a long kick here. So unfortunately misses the player. I managed to recover it, see the hands, and get the nice little... Oh, look how sick this is. I feel like such a loser for harping on about one play. But look... Gets the kick going this way, misses the target, so I come in and clean up. Hear this dude talking behind me and get the behind the back no look hand pass. I felt good about that. Felt very good about that. That one felt the coolest, but didn't look the coolest. But that's about all I've got for today. Not too much to show off, not too many goals kicked, but hopefully if we do decide to do this again, we can show off a few more goals. Yeah, overall, not too bad, although that its scoreline definitely wasn't too good. I am quite happy with how I played, and I'm not terribly disappointed with the way that our team ended up handling ourselves. I think we all fought really hard, even though the odds, once again for the second week in a row, were pretty stacked against us. Next week, we're supposedly having a bit of a easier game. We haven't got as strong as opponent, but obviously you got to take every opponent seriously, so I'm not going to say too much. I'm just going to hope that we can manage to put up a big fight against these guys. So let me know if you guys still want to see these videos again. I'm always keen and down to go over footage and review it for you guys. So let me know how you guys feel about this one. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.